WWE has finalized Roman Reigns' SummerSlam plans. The creative direction for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam appears to be solidifying, with a new report revealing two distinct possibilities for his role at the historic two-night event. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a proposed card from approximately 3 weeks ago outlines a major singles match between Reigns and Braun Breaker. An alternative plan was also pitched, which would see Reigns team with Jey Uso to face the duo of Breaker and Bronson Reed. These proposed plans align directly with the events of the July 14th episode of WWE Raw. During the broadcast, Reigns made his return to programming by stepping in to assist Jey Uso and CM Punk during an altercation with Breaker and Reed. This confrontation immediately established a clear narrative path for either a singles or tag team match at MetLife Stadium on August 2nd, 3. The situation with Seth Rollins, who recently addressed Reigns in a promo, is now viewed as a secondary storyline. Meltzer noted that this was likely a creative red herring, a point emphasized by Rollins' knee injury sustained at Saturday night's main event on July 12th, which led to a shift in any existing plans. Further creative discussion around Reigns' return has emerged from other wrestling personalities. On a recent podcast, Matthew Rehwoldt suggested a 2-on-1 handicap match pitting Reigns against both Breaker and Reed. This idea was framed as a way to quickly re-establish Reigns' presence following his hiatus after WrestleMania 41. While WWE has not made any match official, Reigns is confirmed for the next 2 episodes of Raw, where his SummerSlam direction is expected to become more definitive. WWE is also focusing on its future, planning for the next generation of stars to eventually step into the spotlight. Currently, the main event scene is dominated by Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk, who have been central figures in major storylines over the past few years. However, a recent report suggests that WWE is preparing newer talent to move into these top roles. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was noted that WWE plans to groom Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, and Rhea Ripley to stand alongside and eventually succeed the current generation of main event stars. Ripley is expected to remain a major force in the women's division, while Fatu has gained momentum on SmackDown through his ongoing rivalry with the Solo Sikoa-led MFT group. Breaker, meanwhile, has been a featured talent on Raw and is reportedly a key focus for Paul Heyman. Though Reigns, Rhodes, and Rollins will continue to play important roles in WWE storylines in the near term, it's a logical move for the company to build for the future. Rhea Ripley will compete in a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam and continues to be a dominant figure in her division. Jacob Fatu has positioned himself as a fan favorite and a credible main event contender. Breaker also continues to impress, recently putting on a standout performance in a gauntlet match, where he overcame Penta, Louisiana Knight, and Jey Uso before ultimately being defeated by CM Punk. While WWE looks ahead, Roman Reigns demonstrated on Raw that he remains one of the company's premier stars. Not seen since Raw after WrestleMania 41, Reigns returned this week to a thunderous reception. He entered the ring during a post-main event segment in which Breaker and Bronson Reed were confronting Jey Uso and CM Punk. Reigns stepped in decisively, landing a Superman punch on Breaker and following up with a spear on Reed, as the crowd cheered him on enthusiastically. With Seth Rollins sidelined, it remains to be seen exactly what direction WWE will take for Reigns at SummerSlam, but one thing is certain: he is still a major force in the company's landscape. Roman Reigns made a high-profile return to WWE Raw with a renewed sense of purpose following an earlier incident on the Red brand. According to new reports, the original tribal chief is set to team up with a 5-time champion at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. Braun Breaker aligned himself with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman following WrestleMania 41, leading to an intense confrontation with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Reigns took time off from WWE after that, while the Second City Saint continued to battle Rollins' faction on Monday Night Raw. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WOI1, Roman Reigns is expected to compete against the former 2-time NXT champion, Intercontinental champion, and former NXT Tag Team champion at the upcoming event in New Jersey. A few weeks ago, WWE reportedly planned a singles match between Reigns and Breaker. However, plans have seemingly shifted. While Reigns and Breakker remain on opposite sides, the match may now take the form of a tag team bout at SummerSlam 2025. After a months-long absence, Reigns returned in time for the first-ever two-night SummerSlam in New Jersey. Upon his return, he came to the aid of CM Punk and Jey Uso, who were being confronted by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Speaking on Not Some Wrestling, Sam Roberts speculated that WWE officials are planning a tag team match for the event, pairing Reigns with Jey Uso. He also noted that CM Punk is likely unavailable for the match, as Punk is reportedly set to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at the same show. Reigns' comeback appears to have already set the stage for a major showdown. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, an earlier version of the SummerSlam card included a singles match between Reigns and Breakker, indicating WWE may be ready to showcase this high-stakes one-on-one battle. Still, an alternative scenario was also considered: a tag team match pitting Reigns and Jey Uso against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This direction aligns with recent storylines from Raw. There was also brief internal discussion about a possible match between Jey Uso and Bronson Reed, but that idea was seemingly dropped after Reigns' return. As for Seth Rollins' recent promo directed at Reigns, Meltzer believes it was likely a creative red herring, noting, "Rollins' recent promo on Reigns was a distraction, and the Breaker match was always the plan." Would you prefer a singles match between Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker? Or does a tag match featuring Jey Uso and Bronson Reed make more sense? Share your thoughts in the comments. Jey Uso's run as a singles star came to an end on WWE Raw when he lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther. According to a new report, management may have canceled his upcoming singles match. Jey Uso's journey took a dramatic turn on the red brand following his loss to Gunther. After losing the World Heavyweight Championship, main event Jey was defeated by Cody Rhodes in the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament and entered a feud with Seth Rollins and his faction on Monday Night Raw. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WON, the creative team initially planned for Jey Uso to face Bronson Reed in a one-on-one match at WWE SummerSlam 2025. However, those plans may have changed following Roman Reigns' impactful return on the red brand. While this turn of events may be disappointing for Jey Uso fans who hope to see him in a marquee singles match, there's still potential for excitement. Uso could reunite with his cousin, Roman Reigns, to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at the biggest party of the summer in New Jersey. Jey Uso rose to prominence in the Stamford-based promotion following his second feud with Roman Reigns in 2023. Main event. Jey eventually parted ways with the Bloodline and launched a successful solo run on WWE Raw, becoming a major star on his own. Speaking on Not Some Wrestling, Sam Roberts stated that Jey Uso is expected to team up with Roman Reigns to battle Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. While CM Punk's name has been mentioned, Roberts believes Punk and Gunther are already set for a separate match at the event. Given Seth Rollins' recent injury and CM Punk's upcoming title match, a tag team bout featuring Reigns and Uso is likely to be a highlight of the first-ever two-night SummerSlam in New Jersey. WWE is reportedly aiming to elevate 3 current stars to main event status, alongside Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. These emerging talents are all former champions in their own right, with one having recently signed with the company WWE back in 2017. Dave Meltzer reported the plans in the recent edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, naming the current top tier as Rhodes, Rollins, Reigns, and Punk. He noted that John Cena, the current WWE champion, is set to leave at the end of 2025, with his final match scheduled for December. According to Meltzer, the current idea is to position Rhea Ripley, Jacob Fatu, and Braun Breaker at the top alongside those already mentioned WWE stars. Beyond just being in the mix, Meltzer stated that the plan is to elevate Ripley, Fatu, and Breaker into permanent top-tier roles. Roman Reigns had previously stated that his current WWE contract expires after WrestleMania 42, with plans to compete for another year or 2 max afterward. CM Punk has also commented on how changes in the wrestling world have allowed stars to extend their careers, mentioning he's unsure when his in-ring career might end. The July 18th SmackDown episode is shaping up to be a must-see event. Cena and Cody finally coming face-to-face ahead of their SummerSlam bout? That's already major. The contract signing is bound to be more than formalities. Expect sharp words and intense energy. And with Randy Orton's storyline heating up, his involvement could raise the stakes even more. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul have been stirring the pot, and with Jelly Roll now aligned with Orton, the tension is at a boiling point. There may be confrontations or even unexpected partnerships emerging. But that's not all. The women's division is gaining serious momentum. Naomi currently holds the women's world title, but with Tiffany Stratton in the picture and Jade Cargill freshly crowned as Queen of the Ring, the competition is fierce. Since both are advertised for the show, a potential title clash is highly anticipated. Let's not forget the ongoing Bloodline saga. Roman Reigns is back, and his return has reignited the storyline in a big way. Rumors suggest he might be reforming his own version of the faction, bringing in Jey, Jimmy, and Jacob Fatu to reassert himself as the tribal chief. If this unfolds, the July 18th SmackDown could mark a pivotal moment leading into SummerSlam. There's also speculation about Aleister Black facing Damian Priest this week. Black's recent heel turn and his surprise attack on Priest backstage during a moment meant to ease tensions with R-Truth signaled the start of a new rivalry. With Triple H in charge, booking this match would make perfect sense, and a showdown between these two would likely deliver in-ring excellence. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll are preparing for their tag team bout against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Things escalated when Orton defeated McIntyre at Saturday night's main event, only to be confronted by Logan Paul. Jelly Roll jumped in to back up Orton, solidifying their partnership. Their feud even made headlines on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where tensions between both sides were clear. Now, anticipation for their SummerSlam clash is at an all-time high. SmackDown could feature more strategic mind games or another surprise move by McIntyre and Paul to gain an edge. Cena versus Cody. At this year's SummerSlam is already generating buzz, especially since Cena has taken on a more aggressive and cunning persona. He's been playing psychological games and bending the rules to stay champion, as seen in his controversial win over Cody at WrestleMania 41. And Cena might not wait until SummerSlam to make another move. There's talk he could confront Cody during his promo or backstage at SmackDown, igniting hostilities early and setting the tone for their PLE showdown. Triple H is clearly pulling the strings behind the scenes, and whether it's a surprise encounter or a perfectly crafted segment, this week's SmackDown is sure to be eventful. Those were just a few of our predictions for the upcoming SmackDown. Whether or not they come true, one thing's for sure. This episode promises excitement and drama. With SummerSlam fast approaching, Triple H will want to build as much hype as possible. Evolution. 2025's momentum wasn't quite as strong, so expect Triple H to ensure SummerSlam delivers in every way. With compelling storylines and strong characters, the ingredients for an epic show are all there. Do you agree with these predictions, or do you have your own? Let us know your thoughts.